YouTube. Sitting up here and I don't think I'm in. I think I'm still in. No. I don't know. I don't know if I'm still in Illinois or still in Missouri or whatever. But anyway, I'm sitting there taking my 30-minute break, and I ended up having to get both steer tires. Ended up having to get both steer tires. Um, the other steer tire, the one that they were putting on, was 21 30 seconds. The one that I have on my driver's side was 14 30 seconds. So I was like, man, I don't really know what the gap is that you know companies use. I don't know what a rule of thumb is. Like I said, the last one that I had, I was fine with that little um two, but I'm not going like that's like no. So I just ended up getting both steer tires. They gave me a $60 credit on the one on the driver's side. So that was that. Then I got the oil changed. The guy pulled me. Well, the guy told me, "Say, hey, man, come here. Let me holler at you for a second." I was like, "Man, what's going on?" It's like, "When the last time you had your oil changed?" I was like, "Man, it's been a little minute, man. It's been a little minute." He's like, "Well, who did it?" I said, "Man, I got it done at a pilot." He's like, "Man, come on, let me show you this." He's like, "Man, your oil filter won't come off." I'm like, what? Like, yo, man, I've been just spinning it and spinning it and spinning it and spinning it. It just won't come off. He said, he said, "Man, I can try to spin it back on, and we can put the oil in it, and we can see if it leaks or if it, um, if it leaks at all, or if it just overflows so loose to the point that it just, coming back out and you just can't, leave out of the bay." I'm like, man, come on, man. So I said, "Man, we'll just try to tighten it back up, man. Just put the oil in it, man." Because he was like, "Yeah, man, because more than likely it's not coming off. You're going to cut it off or whatever like that." And he was saying, in his opinion, he felt that the filter, which he went on ahead and gave me the filter itself. And he basically was saying, let me turn this around. He basically was saying, like, this, since it's made maybe like out of aluminum or whatever like that, and what it twists on is like steel, maybe it's cross-threaded, but maybe the threads in the filter itself are messed up, and the threads on the actual, it's actually called the oil filter housing. Like the housing isn't the stud that sticks down. Like maybe that's okay. You just need to get the filter off. So tried to tighten the filter back up. Steady spinning. And so the guy that was under the truck greasing, he was like, "Man, you know what? I just venture to say that even when it was spinning or whatever like that, like it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like loosening up. Like it just never moved." So, he had like the wrench and stuff on it. So I reached down there with my hand or whatever like that. I'm like, well, I can't move with my hand. So, I mean, that's tight, but I understand once you put a wrench on it, like you can just twist it around. So I was like, man, it's a shame, man, when you just can't get, when basic stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, cost you money. Because I told the guy, I said, man, same thing happened, when I had the truck in Huntsville at that freight line I would never ever go to again. The fuel filter was cross-threaded, right? The fuel filter was cross-threaded. And so they had to get the whole housing again because the stud itself was messed up. And so I'm on, I go straight to the CAT parts website. I'm looking, and it's like they have the part, but I'm putting the VIN number in on my motor, and like nothing is coming up. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is coming up. So I was just like, man, that's crazy. because they had them like on the site, but when I put in my number, like my engine number, and I was in the right section. I was in the on highway truck engine section, and it was like 0 matching results for your VIN number. So I'm like, man, so I might just have to call them and see, because the part itself is like 175. And my thing about it is, it's like, I know this week hopefully this week is short, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's short. But what I'm saying about the situation is like, I'm gonna call tomorrow and I'll just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, order the part. Because I feel like, hey, if I order the part and I don't need it, you know what I'm saying, hey, I can return and get my money back, versus getting there, getting the filter off and realizing, hey, oh, you need the part, you don't have it, you've wasted, you know what I'm saying, all this particular time to get it. Where the part coming from, I couldn't tell you, you know what I'm saying, because like I said, I went to the cat spot, they had them on the internet, but the actual part itself, like, it didn't match up. Now, I seen a couple of used ones at a couple of sites or whatever like that, and I don't really think like it's a scenario where you can just buy the stud itself. You might just have to buy the entire housing or whatever like that. So the guy was like, man, you know what I'm saying, over at the TA, man, they're not even gonna authorize us to cut it. I said, man, you know what I'm saying, that's respectable. I can understand that, because I don't want to be on the hook for anything. I don't be on the hook for anything ruining this, because because something like that happened. Oh, yeah, I need that 6NZ. But nah, you know what I'm saying, all jokes aside, though, when he told me that, the first thing that went through my mind, right? And if y'all are noticing, this is the hoodie that I got from the company I was working with in the oil field. Like, it's warm, so I'm gonna keep wearing it. I pledge no allegiance to anybody. But anyway, getting back to the story, when the guy changed my oil on my truck, from the Pilot, and I'm not just saying this because of the the series of events that happened after it. Something in my mind was saying, man, Shad, something just don't seem right. Something kind of seemed off about this particular oil change. Because the first oil change I did on this truck, I did it myself. Me and my father-in-law, we did it. And the second two, I got it done at the exact same Pilot, but 2 different people did the oil change. And so, like I said, what has happened since then is the fuel filter housing crossed 30, had to get a new housing. Okay, now, and my mindset, I'm thinking to myself, when the guy saying it may just be the filter, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, like, that was cross 30 so bad that I had to get the entire housing again. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I wasn't there. Who's to say they could have just cut the fuel filter off? Nothing was wrong with it. They just wanted to get the housing. Just a million, you know what I'm saying? Just a million things. But just like, man, simple stuff like that. I wish I had the space, somewhere where I could do it. I have the space somewhere to do it, but like I said, I don't like being like an inconvenience or nothing like that, to anybody. I don't like utilizing other people's stuff, even though I understand that, on the up and up, you know what I'm saying, I can use other people's stuff, but it's just the fact that sometimes you just want to have your own spot, or even have your own mechanic that you could call up, for matters like this. But yeah, it was like, man, so shot, just something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. It's just something ain't right, man. But I couldn't put my finger on it. And like I said, the truck ran good, you know what I'm saying? Showed me the oil, showed me the oil on the stick. It was up to the level it needed to be. Everything was straight, but, these series of events occur. But like I said, I don't want to just place the blame on that, on one particular person, you know what I'm saying? But it just hit me that at that particular time, that is when I felt like, this oil change, it don't look like it's going to be as smooth as the other ones, right? But anyway, so I ended up getting, just like I said, the 2 stitch. I ended up getting two Dayton's. $375. Well, actually, she said they were $375, but when I looked at the receipt, they were like $265 a piece. So I don't know. I don't know if because of discount. I mean, the credit for the tire. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I'm happy, but anyway, I didn't know oil change plus 2 tires and stuff like that. I ended up spending but like right at the Well, no. I take that back. No. The oil change was cheaper. That's what was cheaper. The tires weren't cheaper. The oil change was cheaper. The tire may have been a little bit cheaper, but all in all, I ended up spending like $1,050. So that was with the disposal fee of the oil, and once you get an invoice from oil change stuff, they have all the little stuff on there. So that was straight. So in the last video I told you I had a blowout, right? So this morning I got over to the truck and I'm looking back at the tire on the trailer, the tire that they changed. I'm looking at it, right? Because what I did was when I got the tire, I didn't go probably 4 miles down the road to the place that I parked the truck at for the weekend. And so I get out there this morning. I'm like, man, that tire, like the tire is flat. Like the tire is flat. So from the past experience that I had last time, first time I'm looking for, okay, that can be a way, but I'm not really trying to bank on it that in less than 4 miles, I got a cut on the sidewall of this tire and the oil and the air is leaking out, right? So me being dumb, like I'm gonna say I was dumb, right? I'm gonna go ahead and point it out. Y'all can laugh about it, whatever the situation is. So I go ahead, I get my air tool, I connect it to my hose or whatever like that, and these tires, they have a mechanism on them where they like constantly feed the tires air so they can stay inflated or whatever like that. So I was trying to put my air on it, but the tire was so far off, like the tire was off the rim, like you could just push the tire off the rim and like, man, it ain't even holding air. You know what I'm saying? So I go over to the TA, nobody in the bay. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get in here. They're gonna jack this tire, they're gonna jack the trailer up, put the air in the tire. I'm gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't end up leaving home like 8:30, but I was supposed to leave at 7. I set my alarm, wake up at 6, laying around. I ended up leaving the house just a little bit after 7. Well, not after, a little bit after 7 and whatnot like that. And so I go in, I tell the guy what's going on. Like, first instincts, they're like, oh, we need some air. We got an airline over there. Like, nah. Like, it's not holding air, period. Like, I need somebody to jack it up. He said, oh, well, man, situation like that, man, I'm not going to have a guy here to do that for another 2 hours. I'm like, 2 hours? I'm like, man, I ain't got 2 hours, man. I'm like, man, I don't have 2 hours, man. I appreciate it, right? So I said, well, I'm going to go over here to the Pilot, which is like 6 or 7 miles back in town. So whole time I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, is it me or does it look like the tire is actually back inflated? But between the TA and the Pilot, I have nowhere to pull over, so I just have to go to the Pilot. So I go to the Pilot, pull in the parking spot, go back to look at the tire, push it, like it's full of air. And then it hit me. They didn't tighten the air valve all the way back down on the I don't even know what you call the little thing that you plug the air into it. The valve stem, yeah. They didn't screw it all the way back down. So what was happening was air was feeding into it, but it was leaking right back out. So it was leaking back out to the point that it wasn't allowing for the tire to stay inflated. So once I got to the Pilot, it had, aired itself back up. And I'm like, whew, I dodged the bullet there, man, because I was looking at it from the standpoint like even though, and it was only one truck at the Pilot, but I don't know what he would have got done. And like I said, it's the same Pilot. Like I said, it changed the oil, but you know what I'm saying? They done did some more work for me, so I'm just not gonna vilify them, as a whole about it. But yeah, man, I kind of dodged the bullet, man, and it's still inflated or whatever like that. But one of those situations where, you know what I'm saying, pre-trip come in handy, and walking, looking over work that you've had done prior, previously by somebody, which I'm kind of bad about that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm bad about that. Like, I just shut the hood, boom, we out. And like, you really need to pull that truck to the side and examine everything they did. So like with the oil filter and stuff, I went in the truck, got my flashlight out. He started it up. I'm looking. Like, I don't see nothing leaking, man. You know what I'm saying? Oil pressure still good. So I said, I'm gonna roll it, and I'll you know what I'm saying, I get it, you know what I'm saying, I get it taken care of, when I come back home. Now, if it's a situation where I can't get the part in this week, which it may be a little hectic, to get it in, then, I'll just, get it, when I come back in. But, it is what it is. Tires seem like they run pretty good, man, for the price, man. I was just kind of looking at them because she was like, man, you get some Bridgestone, Michelin, they like 560, 570. I'm like, man, I'm not. Like I told y'all in the video, I'm not here to spend that type of money on no tires, man. I don't know, steel tires. I mean, even though some people may feel that you need to open the wallet up more on some steel tires, because steel tires are gonna last a lot longer than your dry tires do. So opening up the wallet for them, should be like a no-brainer, but it's not. But anyway, man, I got about 6 more minutes on my 30-minute, man. I'm gonna go out here, tighten these straps down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that tire's still inflated, and I'm gonna get on back up the road. I got about 4 hours. Yeah, I got about 4 hours and 15 minutes left to drive. So I got a spot that I want to stop at, but I feel like if I stop there, I'm gonna still be like 3 hours away. But I feel like I know for a fact I have guaranteed parking there. But I don't really want to just drive those 3 hours the next morning when I wake up. But I might. It just depends on what time I make it up there. Because if I make it up there, because I was already behind the 8-ball this morning anyway, because I had 735 miles to drive, which going up 57, I won't lie, great ride, smooth, not too many inclines, so I can really hold the speed in the truck. But at the same token, the 735 are actually going to put me right at the place that I'm going to go. And so, like I said, I would still probably have 40 or 50 miles to drive, even if I got to the closest truck stop anyway. So, it is what it is. But at the same token, like I'm saying, that truck stop, it's only like it was like 565 away, and I had 735 to go. So I just look at it when I stop or whatever like that to see how far it is away, because I've already driven 422 miles already. So I still got, like, might as well say 300, total to go. And at 4 hours, 70 times 2, 7 times 4 is 280. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, 70 times 4 is 280. You know what I'm saying? But just do it like that. So if I can get, like, let's say if I can run another 200 miles, man, I'll be straight. That'll actually put me at 622. So that actually leave me like 110 left to drive. So it just depends on when I stop, man. Joker's pulling off the road at 5 now, man. As soon as it get dark, Joker's are pulling off the road. So Joker's pulling off the road. And like I said, my time will be up at 7. My drive time will be up at 7, but it is what it is. Anyway, man, let me go on and get out here and do this, man. And I'll get back with y'all later, man, when I stop.